Governor Christie believes that tax cuts stimulate the economy and create more jobs, and that's his excuse for giving billions in tax cuts in New Jersey. Now, at the same time, some of his voters are incredibly disadvantaged by this. They literally got to the point in Trenton where they couldn't put toilet paper in public buildings anymore. Newark also had a toilet paper problem. Much more importantly, Newark and Camden had problems paying for their cops, and they cut their police force significantly, and then had an enormous spike in crime, and then they had to panic and reinstitute a lot of the police that they had fired or dismissed earlier. So it's a mess in New Jersey. Why? Because we got to do these tax cuts. How much in tax cuts? Well, Christie's already pushed forward $1.57 billion in tax cuts to corporations. Because the corporations got to get paid. You know, you don't get cops on your street, you don't get toilet paper, that's your problem. Not Chris Christie's problem. He's getting paid by those guys to do their bidding. But he says, no, it's for the jobs. Oh, really? Well, let's look into that. Well, for example, he gave Goya $80 million. And how many jobs did they create for those $80 million? I can show it to you on my hands. 9 jobs. How's that for an investment? That's almost $10 million a job. You give me $10 million, I get you a lot of jobs, man. Okay. Wow, what a terrible investment. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, that's got to be a rare exception. Wrong again, Bob. It's almost always the case. So let's look at some of the other numbers. This one I'm very amused by. Campbell's Soup. He gave them a $42 million tax break. You know what they did? They cut 100 jobs. So he said, oh, yeah, well, then I'm going to get tough on you, man. I'm going to take that $42 million tax subsidy I gave you. I'm going to knock it down to $34 million. Wow, you really got him. Oh, don't be too tough on him, Chris. You know, I know because he has a tough guy image, like, yeah, why don't you shut up? Why don't you do this? Well, what happened? When a corporation does it, all of a sudden, you're not so tough. Now, he says you can get back to the $42 million. I'll give you the extra $8 million if you create as much as 5 jobs a year. Whoop-de-doo! And that would be $8 million over a decade for 50 jobs. Wow. Okay, and by the way, if they continue to not create a single job, in fact, if they continue to cut jobs, they still get $34 million that can go to paying for cops, teachers, toilet paper, everything else in New Jersey. But this isn't about creating jobs. It never was. He never had the data to back that up. It was about paying off his contributors. That's why everybody who was talking about Chris Christie as possible presidential candidate or VP candidate, why do you think they were talking about that? It's because he had some of the top donors in the country. That's the guys who were creating conversation. They thought, oh, this is a guy that looks like a populist. He looks like one of us. He looks like Tony Soprano. Hey, tough guy, yeah, I'm for the little guy, yeah. But in reality, he sits there and has meals with the hedge fund guys in New York and says, what can I do for you, sir? I'm your, loyal servant. And I'll give you all the tax breaks that you need, whether you're a hedge fund, you're a giant corporation, and we'll pretend that we're creating jobs when we're not creating a damn thing except money in your pocket.